Across the country, reinvigorated Republicans are taking aim at Democrats by sending new candidates. They're called young guns. They're sending them up to challenge the old folks. Well, in Wisconsin, 38-year-old former MTV reality show cast member, he is now a current district attorney, Sean Duffy is going to be trying to defeat Representative David Obey, who has held his seat for longer than Duffy has been alive, 41 years this April. Incredible. And in Tennessee, 37-year-old farmer and gospel singer Stephen Fincher will shoot for the seat retiring Congressman John Tanner has held since 1989. Sean Duffy joins us from Minneapolis, and Stephen Fincher joins us from Memphis, Tennessee. Stephen, it's my goal to have you sing gospel before we end this segment. But, Sean, I want to go to you first, because you are unseating a legend practically in the House of Congress, David Obey. And again, the fact that he has been there longer than you have been alive says a lot. How do you expect to unseat an incumbent who has all these privileges that incumbents have?
First off, he's out of touch. This is a guy who wrote the $787 billion stimulus package. People in northern Wisconsin are so frustrated that this is a package that focuses on Wall Street and not Main Street. We are bringing that message out, and it's resonating. And we're talking about transparency in government. People are fed up with arrogant politicians who don't focus on the real needs of the people.
I agree with you. But he is, you know, you are talking about a state, granted it has conservatives, but it's historically, I guess, gone for a lot of Democrats. David Obey is a Democrat on a whole range of issues. He may be out of touch. People may be fed up with the fact that he's out of touch on spending, but don't they identify with some of his liberal causes?
They don't. This is a blue dog Democrat district, and these are farmers, they're loggers, they're union members who have saved every dime they've ever made. And when they see what government is doing with their money, they are so frustrated. They're thinking not only about their economic vitality, but they're thinking about the next generation and what kind of an America we're going to leave off for our children and our grandchildren, and they're afraid.
All right. Now, Stephen, you have, I guess it's a little easier in a sense because the guy you're going against is retiring, so you're going against an empty seat. What is your strategy? What are you going to say to try to talk voters over to your side?
Well, we need a lot of hard work, accountability. Congress has lost touch with the mainstream America. We have to get back to the basics. Our children are going to pay the rest of our lives and their lives for what is going on in Washington.
But Stephen, you know, everybody talks about representing mainstream media, no matter whether on their left or the right or whatever. They're all saying that when it comes to election night. What specifically are you going to offer people that appeals to the instincts that were flying out of these Tea Parties?
Well, we have to bring back the small business, tax cuts, to cut spending. You know, it should be a privilege to go to Washington and represent the districts all across this country, and instead of making careers politicians, we need to bring back it is a privilege and an honor, and not some sort of you know, as you will, just going and forgetting the people that they represent.
It's not a privilege. It's back to the citizen legislature example. Now, you are a farmer. Sean, you are a lawyer, and frankly, a lot of people are saying lawyers caused this mess.
I'm a prosecutor, David.
Okay, but still, a lawyer. Listen, you had to become a lawyer before you became a prosecutor.
That's true, but you know, Dave Obey is not a lawyer. He's not a prosecutor. He was a school teacher, and look at the damage that he's done. Washington
now,
right
wait a
now
minute.
is
As a former school teacher, I resent that remark. Not all school teachers are bad news, but go ahead.
All right. Well, Washington is tone deaf to what's happening on Main Street right now. People are losing their jobs, and they're frustrated that we're focusing on health care and this cap and trade bill. And as we see small business owners like Patty and Larry, they're upset because they don't know what's going to happen in the political market. What's going to happen with this health care bill? What's the cost to hire and expand their business? What's going to happen with cap and trade? How is that going to affect how they expand and grow? And it's that uncertainty that's causing our business market to freeze up, and that's why people aren't expanding. That's why we're not seeing job growth right now.
By the way, Sean, before you go on,
the Democratic makeup.
How did you become a candidate? Were you recruited by the Republicans or what?
No, I'm a father of 5. My 6th child is on the way. This is not the best time for me to run for such a significant race, but I'm doing this for the next generation. When Dave Obey authored and passed the failed stimulus package, I decided I have to get in and I have to do something. I am fighting the good fight for my children. That's why I'm doing it. So I wasn't recruited. I decided to get in based on what David had done.
Stephen, how did you get into the race? Were you recruited?
I was asked by a friend and recruited by local Republican leaders, and then the NRCC. Yes.
Okay, so and you are a farmer. What's going to happen to your farm while you're out campaigning? It's a big commitment.
It is a big commitment, but my children are more important. My family will pick up where I have left off, but it is going to be a lot of hard work. But this country is worth fighting for. And we have to stop President Obama and Speaker Pelosi from destroying our country from the inside out.
Well, it's going to be an interesting race, guys. Please stay in touch with Scoreboard. Let's hear what happens on the campaign trail. Sean Duffy, Stephen Fincher, good to see you both, guys. Thanks very much.